Okay, here we go. Vengeance Saga time. I am so very excited. I don't know much about this saga. I've heard like bits of dangerous, obviously get in the water. Am I nervous for why the cover art has a bloody trident on it? Yes. Am I nervous that Jorge said this is like one of his favorite sagas? Also yes. But we're gonna just deal with that as it comes. Hooray. So, yeah, I don't have a ton of preamble. I will be watching the live stream. Oh yeah, I did hear it, like, died a little bit at one point. I was unfortunately not able to be there for the live reaction. And we will be starting in 3, 2, 1, boop! God, this part is just absurd. Let him go. Oh, Athena. Okay, it's time. It's time. Stop, I'm so excited. Okay. Also, no way Athena's dead. I'm calling Cap. Where's my water? Okay. I'm like giddy. I have to like keep my volume down a little bit. Vengeance. Okay, this is I'm Not Sorry for Loving You. Gosh, this art.
Someone arrived today. They said they're taking you away, that you're not mine to save. And soon I won't get to see your face. So I
no.
say, you're unlike anyone I have ever known.
God, her voice is so beautiful.
And if I pushed you, or if I came on too strong, or if I ambushed you, for that I'll say I was wrong. And if you hate me, then I am sorry. My love's too much for you.
That's such like gaslighter language. I'm sorry, my love is too much for you. Who are these backup people? Oop. Bruh. Yeah, this is so... Her. She's trauma dumping, but won't let her actual victim talk. Push you. I heard, like, can't only gods make their backup vocals? So this is, like, a sign of her divinity, that she can, like, conjugate backup singers. It's so beautiful, though. GG, art. He didn't want you. Oh.
You do.
No.
Not in the way that you want me to.
That's brutal. So he did like Calypso? Or is he just saying that to satisfy her? To take more interpretations. My brother does not care. He's like, I'm getting on that boat. Bye. That sounds like... I've heard that before? A little bit of that motif. I almost want to say it was on Cersei, but...
600 men.
Oh, okay, dangerous. Men under my command. Full speed ahead.
I had one goal in mind. No
I know he's
wind,
coming.
no band. Only this raft that I made by hand.
Show me Troy.
Now will I reach my homeland? All you have to do is not open this
The
bag.
face?
Hermes?
The face! There he...
Hello, old friend. So you're the one
You
who
talk to Calypso.
Why are you here?
Oh, this animation is so good. Final option. Don't sing, don't sing. It's so hard not to, though. Hands on, I know. This song is better than Wouldn't You Like, in my humble opinion. Like, not like I love Wouldn't. That's my friend. Like, I don't not like Wouldn't You Like. I like Wouldn't You Like, but I like this one more. Treat it like it's the main event. All on the line, dangerous.
Alright, I'm in.
Oh, I love them so much. I love Hermes. Hermes is such a goat. Whatever the opposite of an op is, that's Hermes. Oh my god, these animations. Odysseus. And Hermes is just grooving. This is hilarious. Free Odysseus. Groove. Bruh. Oh shit, they actually got one. The raging storm inside won't let you get closer. It was meant to stop you by design. Poseidon. Poseidon storm. Open this bag and you'll never make it home. You'll never make it home. Don't open the bag, Odysseus. Is this gonna be another get in the water ruthlessness moment where he has to open it to survive? Aww, that's so cute. He put his sister in it. Is that his whole immediate family in Epic in some degree then? I don't know if he has any other immediate family.
Thank you.
We friend you very. Ooh.
Good luck.
I thought he was gonna say you very well may die again. Alright. Charybdis. Alright.
You must be who Hermes mentioned. A monster here to block my way. I'd like to hurry up and end this. So if you don't have much to say,
I like Hermes doing the reprise of keep your friends close. Beaten Charybdis with what? You've got a dinky little raft. But you got it, King.
I already know your tactics. When you swallow, you attack with whirlpools that attract prey. But I see a disadvantage, cause I don't even have to kill you. I just have to avoid.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
All that water will destroy you. Oh, bring it on.
The art.
Till there's nothing left. I'm holding on. Till I'm in the clear. Till I'm not.
I don't know how we knew that information, but... Is that Storm? That sounded like Storm. Storm.
There, I see it.
Ithaca?
The island I've been searching for.
Oh, stop.
Home. I've reached it.
Don't cry.
My wife and son are past this shore.
I know fucked shit happens.
Holding on. I am almost there. My love, don't be scared.
It's...
Hold on. I am on my way. I'll be there today. In
gotta pee. Oh, yeah. Here we go. He found you. Oh, that's a brutal cry. Oh, he found you. I'm so excited.
There you are, coward.
Oh, Stephen Rodriguez.
I've been waiting for this moment, for the perfect time to strike.
Stephen Rodriguez's voice,
So
bro.
close and you've reached your coast. That's when our paths collide. I've got
Grip.
a reputation. I've got a name to uphold.
Growl.
So I can't go letting you walk, or else the world forgets I'm cold. Now get in the water.
Ooh.
Get in the water. Or I'll raise the tide so high, all of Ithaca will die. Get in the water. Wait. Get in the water. Stop this, please. I'll make tidal waves so profound, both your wife and your son will drown. No! Get in the water!
Oh.
Get in the water! Don't mistake my threats for bluff. You have lived more than enough.
God. I love his voice.
Get in the water!
Beautiful art too, but
Take your son and gouge his eyes.
oh.
Unless you choose to die. Get in the water! You tired, Poseidon? It's been 10 years. How long will
To a
this
god,
go?
that's nothing.
We're both hurting from losses, so why not leave this
He's
here and just
what?
go?
Not what, but like he's trying open arms of all times.
Maybe you could learn to forgive. No.
Oh.
Ruthlessness is
Yeah, that would go against a lot if he agreed. Oh, we got. Is this beast mode Poseidon?
die!
God move. Shatter the ocean. Athena? Is that Athena? Piano, 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 piano. Polities! You can't pull polities on me. Every time they pull polities on me. Who is it? That sounds like Thunderbringer. Is this the god melody? That's Aeolus. The windbag. Again. 600 strike. Alright. Wait, I don't know what this song's about, but
I don't think you seem to get it. I can't afford to die, 'cause I will get back to my son. And I will get back to my wife!
this is Storm. Its animation is crazy. He is going toe to toe
Comrade, every one of my friends,
with Poseidon.
almost all of whom were slaughtered by your hand. 600 strong!
Jorge's anime influence is so strong right here.
You idiot. Can't you see? You sealed your fate just to beat me.
He can't.
You released my storm when you opened that bag. Blocked your one-way home. Now you'll never get back.
Monster.
You're going to call off that storm. Or what? You can't kill me.
Exactly.
Exactly. Wait. Wait!
Oh my god.
How does it feel to be helpless? How does it feel to know pain? I watched my friends die in horror, crying as they were all slain. I heard their final moments,
This
calling
art.
their captain in vain. Look what you turned me into. Look what we've become.
The monster he made.
All of the pain that I've been through. Haven't I suffered enough? You didn't stop when I begged you. Told me to close my heart. You said the world was dark. Didn't you say that ruthlessness is mercy upon our heart? All right.
This is brutal.
Please. After everything you've done, how will you sleep at night? Next to my wife.
Baller line. Okay. I need a little time to like recoup and put my thoughts together. I'm gonna pause it right now and come back in like a few hours once I am able to better articulate my thoughts and I'm not just reeling. BRB. Okay, it is now later in the day. I've had time to decompress a little, think about things, re-listen to it again. So I'm gonna have to edit this a lot because I'm completely off script, and when I go off script, I either sit in silence for a while or ramble. But let's just go down the songs. I'm Not Sorry for Loving You is pretty much exactly what I expected. I have heard parts of this one. I am glad they did not... what I like about this one a lot is the way it makes Calypso seem more sympathetic while not erasing what she has done. There are still very clear traits of her nature in how she cuts off Odysseus and how some of her wording, like, if my love was too much for you, putting the onus back on him. I liked it. I liked that. And of course, as always, Wangui's voice is just incredible, as always. Love in Paradise is definitely still better. It's, in my opinion, much stronger as a Calypso number and just as a number in general. But this one's fine. It's fine. I don't really have much to say about it. It is probably my least favorite. Then we have Dangerous, which Troy, always a blessing. Much needed levity after a lot of very intense numbers and a lot of very intense numbers that will follow. This was a good number. I think it was well placed. It's a lot like Wouldn't You Like. I do like it a little bit more than Wouldn't You Like. I don't know. I feel very similar about Dangerous as I do to Wouldn't You Like in terms of like any problems with it feeling like it doesn't, like I said before, it doesn't say much in the time that it has. With the exception of the back half, that they do. I loved Troy's reprise of Keep Your Friends Close. I thought that was cute. I just, yeah, that was good. Moves the plot forward, all that fun stuff. Plus the animatic animation for that part in the official live stream was fantastic. It's Odysseus like fighting for his life, all these threats, and Hermes just getting down and grooving. It's wonderful. Very delightful number. Then we have Charybdis, which I don't know if I want to say it seems pointless, but if you took this number out of the show, what are we really losing, in my opinion? Odysseus is clever in his tactics. We've seen that before. He's determined to get home. We've seen that before. He's fraught with danger. We're going to see that in a minute. I don't know what the point of this number was, at least in my first couple of listens. Maybe it'll dawn on me and I will have a realization that Charybdis is actually super important. I've not felt like any epic numbers could be cut and we wouldn't lose anything. This is the first number in the show I have kind of gotten that feeling. Next is Get in the Water. Get in the Water was exactly what I expected, and I mean that for better and for worse. Let's start with the for better. Steven Rodriguez delivers as always. He is amazing as Poseidon. The growl is there. The delivery, it's all fantastic. Jorge as Odysseus also does a very good job in the minimal kind of lines that he's given. What I liked also, I'll circle back to another part of this. The thing that I guess my biggest problem with Get in the Water was I don't think it is musically remotely as strong as Ruthlessness. Circling back though to something I really did like about this number was Odysseus having a last-ditch attempt to open arms Poseidon, essentially. This is going to be very important for the later events of 600 Strike, because it shows, essentially, Poseidon had a chance, and he refuses it, which justifies Odysseus's actions in the next song a lot more, I think, than if he hadn't. And it also shows, despite everything, he has not completely forgotten Polites or his mentality, despite everything he's been through, which I think is a very powerful notion. Made less powerful by the fact that they pull the Polites ghost again, which the first two times I think are fantastic. I think in the underworld and on the cliff are amazing. Underworld, obviously, because it's just Polites, and then on the cliff there's the added thing of you have Eurylochus and his mother, and all of the men there. So I think that's and it's when he's at his lowest moment, when he is actually considering death and joining them. Here, I don't know, it feels, cheap is not the right word, but I understood. I knew he was thinking of Polites when he offered mercy to Poseidon. You didn't need to actually have his ghost there, or any of the others. I do understand it is to kind of set up 600 Strike a little bit, when he's like, you killed all my crew, because he was thinking of them in that moment. The problem I have with it, another problem I have with it, though, is it's presented in almost the exact same way as like 4 songs ago. Was it 4 songs ago? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 songs ago. In Love in Paradise, we had almost the exact same thing. It feels too soon, and the structure is too similar. I did not care for the ending of Get in the Water in that regard. I understand why it was there. I understand the intention. I just think the execution was not as strong as it could have been, to the point where it felt repetitive and not in a good way. And then we have 600 Strike, which undoubtedly the most contentious number from what I've seen in this. First of all, musically, it is fantastic. The performance is very, very good. You know how much I love the callbacks and musical motifs. You have Aeolus when he's opening the windbag. You have Storm. You have Full Speed Ahead with the 600 men. It's all fantastic. I love that. Monster later on. It's all great. I love that. To address the elephant in the room. Here's the thing. I do not inherently have an issue with Odysseus defeating Poseidon. I think, especially once he gets the trident and starts, stabbing him over and over, everything past that point, great, keep it. I think the idea that Poseidon is defeated by essentially a monster he created is wonderful. I think the "how will you sleep at night next to my wife," oh, that's so good. All of that, fantastic, don't touch it. My problem comes in how he initially defeated Poseidon. Not before he was taking the trident and stabbing him. How he actually defeated him after opening the windbag. I have seen the animatic. First of all, the windbag jetpack is silly. I'm sorry, it's silly. But that's not a genuine complaint. I just think it's silly. And it doesn't quite fit the moment, in my opinion. I like Epic when it's silly at times. I don't think that was the right time to be silly, but to each their own in that opinion. My problem is essentially Odysseus defeated Poseidon in single combat. And to my knowledge, I just checked Jorge's TikTok account. He has not posted an explanation as to how this was possible. There's theorizing going on, he was given divine help by, I've seen Ares thrown around, which would be a very odd choice, because, not from a logistical standpoint, just from a storytelling standpoint, because, Ares had one verse in God games. He didn't seem particularly important, especially for a moment like that. Either way, though, no matter what explanation is given, it's going to fall flat, because you shouldn't have to look up supplementary content to understand a plot point that happens in a show. I've seen worse shows do it, but it doesn't make Epic exempt from this being an issue. And I've always gotten the impression Epic has always had supplementary content that really enhances the experience, such as what characters have what instruments assigned and how foreshadowing that can work. But it's never been essential. You have always been able to get the full experience and not have anything be detracted from it if you didn't know this information. As is, because I don't know any there isn't any confirmed additional information about how he defeated Poseidon in single combat. I don't like it. It feels like it goes against... It doesn't feel like a mortal man should be able to defeat a god with what is essentially his bare hands. You could argue the windbag, to some extent, gave him, speed, I've seen, is what's been thrown around. But even then, it shouldn't give him enough power to decimate a god. It just doesn't make sense. What frustrates me the most about it is there are other ways I think it could have been done. The problem is not, like I said, that he defeated Poseidon. It is that it's how he did it. I think that I thought of two ways I actually thought it was going to go in my initial reaction. The first way, which you can hear me kind of comment on, I thought I heard piano and electric guitar when he was opening the windbag, mixed with Aeolus's music. So what I thought was going to happen, personally, was we would essentially get what is a wrap-up of every single god in the show, gets a final appearance in the song aside from Athena. And the way it would happen would be the gods all decided after the events of God Games that Odysseus should be allowed to return home, and Poseidon is essentially spitting in the face of that petulantly with his grudge by keeping the storm going. So all of the other gods have to come down and essentially kick his ass for not listening to them and being stubborn. And then once he's defeated that way, Odysseus can go at him with the trident and everything stays the same. I don't know, I feel like that would have been a nice send-off to all of the gods, and you could still get your really cool anime battle scene with, like, all of them going against Poseidon. I don't know. Would it be a little unfair because it's like every god against Poseidon? Yeah, but I don't know, it's something. I also just want to hear all of their instruments together. And then the other thing I was thinking, which I feel makes more narratives, and the other thing I was thinking, which kind of goes more with the actual lyrics of the song, and also what I thought was happening when they had, like, the spirits talking, don't ask me how this would happen, but I thought some way, somehow, divine intervention, the spirits of the 600 men from Odysseus' crew would be summoned to essentially one final battle against the man who killed the god, who killed most of them, with Odysseus at the helm one last time. And the 600 strike in question would actually be a singular strike from 600 separate entities, not one strike with the force of 600 men from Odysseus, if that makes any sense. It's very clear in my brain, but I feel like I may not be articulating this properly. But I don't know, I feel like that could be another way to kind of give closure to the entire crew plot. Am I saying any of these ideas are, like, better than what actually happened? No. I'm just saying there are other ways I felt like it could have been done that might have given off less of an impression that Odysseus was just suddenly able to take down a god by himself. So that's the biggest problem with this number. I'm so upset because I have never had a genuine, real problem with anything in Epic. Like, the worst thing I could say about it was, like, the Circe saga isn't as good as the other sagas, which isn't even a real complaint. That's just kind of my opinion. And no matter how many times I've said I think the Circe saga is good. But I don't know. This saga didn't really do it for me as much as the other sagas. Do I think it was, like, bad? No, not at all. But I do have problems with it, which is something I've never really been able to say about Epic before. That said, has my opinion of the show changed? No, not really at all. But I have to be fair, you know? I can't just glaze something because I love it from the bottom of my heart and intentionally ignore what I think are a couple of genuine issues. It deserves my fairness. If I'm going to praise it objectively, I need to be able to criticize it objectively. So I hope that didn't come off as too harsh. Because, again, I love this show from the bottom of my heart, and I still enjoyed this saga immensely. I just think it has lower lows and issues than any saga up to this point. But I do know a few of the songs in the Ithaca saga, and I know they're going to be so good. So I am still incredibly excited. Thank you so much for listening to me yap for what the recording is saying is like 40 minutes, so hopefully I can edit it down to be a lot less than that. Let me know what you thought of the saga in the comments. I would love to see what other people think, if they caught something I missed, because that's also very possible. I could just be completely missing something. Also, thank you guys so much for 5K. I just realized we hit that, and that's so exciting. I really appreciate it, and I hope you'll stick around for whatever else I have planned. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.